Well, New York City saw yet another dangerous weekend after 5 people were shot on the Coney Island boardwalk. One of them killed, and topping it all off, shots ringing out last night outside St. Patrick's Cathedral. Now, this is after one man was apparently angry after losing a 3-card Monte game. He started shooting. Luckily, no one was hit.
Yeah, but as the Big Apple suffers from rampant crime, New York State is in the works to open between 100 and 150 marijuana dispensaries. That the drug is officially, now that the drug is officially legal here, and the business opportunity, believe it or not, to own a weed store, first priority goes to convicted drug offenders, including dealers. Our correspondent Christina Thompson has more on this story. Hi, Christina.
You're right. Now, this first official wave of marijuana store licenses, it's only available for people who have experience with business and also have a prior marijuana conviction, or for those who might have a spouse or child with a conviction. Now, that conviction or arrest could be anything from possession to selling and dealing. If approved, the state will just hand out to these applicants a retail location and throw money at them to help set up their storefronts. $200 million was set aside from the Social Equity Cannabis Investment Fund to finance leasing and equipping of the roughly 150 planned dispensaries that you mentioned across the state. Now, this is a huge push, partly to give back to Black and brown communities who are disproportionately jailed for minor drug offenses, and give an advantage to them over the big fish medical companies starting up the stores. But critics say the social equity framework will fail like it did in other states. Take, for instance, Illinois and Detroit, Michigan, that tried doing lottery systems to promote diverse ownership of distilleries once they legalized weed. But it flopped in both states, and now Arizona Senator Tom Cotton, he's tweeting skepticism that this latest push from New York will work and that the state is only rewarding those who broke the law in the first place, saying, quote, New York is prioritizing dispensary licenses for convicted drug dealers, affirmative action for criminals. You can't make this up. Plus, now you need to be 21 years old to purchase a can of whipped cream at a grocery store because kids and teens might use the cans to get high. One Twitter user saying the lunacy of states like New York have no problem pushing and encouraging marijuana usage, yet you have to be 21 to buy a canister of whipped cream because of the minute amount of nitrous oxide in it. Bob, Katrina, this is all as weed and hallucinogen drug use is hitting an all-time high last year. Young adults are using drugs more frequently, yet whipped cream is apparently the problem.
You can't make this up.
I don't like it anyway.
I mean, no, up is down, down is up. I mean,
I'm confused.
Christina, thank you.
Thanks, Christina.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Former New York City Commissioner for the Giuliani and Bloomberg Administrations, Brian Andersson, here to talk about this. This is the kind of reasoning and logic, I think, that a lot of people throughout the country do associate with today's progressive liberals, not just New York, but this is where we're seeing it, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes you think, well, maybe we should have given the first liquor licenses to Al Capone and Dutch Schultz, right? I mean, we're rewarding bad behavior. And
well, it would be given to alcoholics.
Even better. That's exactly right. That's why I'm wondering who's proposing this, how, well. In any case, I'm wondering what other criminal behavior these people have been involved with as well, besides the drug use, because that's a minor part. But, you know, I'm thinking back to the bad old days of growing up in the Bronx and New York City. This is bad news. These are not good people. And now we're putting things like this to earn revenue back in their hands, with equity being the word.
You know, and I think Christina said it very well. She said, well, basically, they broke the law in the first place. Selling marijuana, dealing it, whatever it may be, whatever crime they were convicted for was a crime at that point.
It was probably more than just taking a puff somewhere.
Or being a drug dealer.
Right.
But it just seems, again, as you said, not just rewarding bad behavior, but almost apologizing for past laws.
Precisely. So, where could that possibly go? I mean, and again, we're rewarding criminal behavior. I mean, that's essentially what it comes down to.
And I think it's the logic behind it, the thinking that rubs people the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because again, I never like when we get too New York centric, but this is a kind of a liberal mindset.
True.
That goes,
very progressive,
that makes it seem just crazy.
Yeah.
Brian, thank you so much.